Perhaps you've seen it. Maybe in a dream. A murky, forgotten land. A place where souls may mend your ailing mind. You will lose everything. Once branded. The symbol of the curse. An augur of darkness. Your past, your future, your very light. None will have meaning, and you won't even care. By then, you'll be something other than human. A thing that feeds on souls, a hollow. Long ago, in a walled-off land far to the north, a great king built a great kingdom. I believe they called it Drangleic. Perhaps you're familiar. No, how could you be? But one day, you will stand before its decrepit gate without really knowing why. Like a moth drawn to a flame. Your wings will burn in anguish. Time after time. For that is your fate. The fate of the cursed.
Hello, it's Dark Souls 2. Sorry everyone in chat. who was trying desperately to reach me while I said nothing because I like that intro cutscene. I didn't want to distract from it. I saw Luigi's Mansion is in a hotel in the new one. Looks neat. I still haven't played the second one. Heck. Hello everybody. There's too many people in chat now for me to hello everyone individually, but hello everybody. I like this game. Just first and foremost, without saying anything else, I like this game. One thing that kind of sucks is you start as I guess I gotta start as just some guy, but we'll change that. I apologize if the camera is a little weird. This is with the Steam controller, so it might be a little odd. Don't mind me. This guy doesn't know it yet, but we're best friends. Ah! Best friend, why? How could you? We're fine. This is fine. These are just some secrets. Loud. Waterfall. Hello. Okay, goodbye. Let me know how the volume is. I might need to turn the game down a little.
What seems to be the ruckus?
What seems to be the ruckus?
Oh my, your face. The face of the curse.
Of the curse.
It's an undead.
As fiend?
An undead
That's
has
so
come
fiend.
to play.
That could be cool, but...
End up here.
Oh,
No
friend.
one's like you.
Oh, okay. My bad. That's
You
so
spoke to
friend.
that
Alright, yeah, I'm down with
kind
that.
old dear, didn't you?
I like fiend. You just gotta be careful, because fiend could also be like a drug
You're
thing.
Finished.
Like, oh, they're
You'll
fiending.
go hollow.
The 3 fates and the
Yes.
4th lady
You'll
that's
become
also
one
there.
of them.
You'll become one of
Hollows
them.
prey
So
upon
none of
them.
these women
Feast
are
upon
the
their
old lady we saw
souls.
in the intro cutscene, which really confused
This
me
is the
day one.
fate of the cursed.
Also, this, you can tell right away, like, this direction is completely different
What is your
from
name?
Dark Souls 1, 3, and Bloodborne, and I'm assuming Demon Souls as well. Our name is Flip Skipley. That's our name.
At least you know your own name.
Your own name.
Here's your reward.
Our reward.
It's a human effigy.
I'm gonna just turn the voices up or something. The
Take
music seems a lot
closer
louder.
look. Who do you think it's supposed to be?
Wait, does Dark Souls 4 exist?
Think
No.
back.
Unless you
Deep
count
into your
Bloodborne.
past. Yes.
It's
It's
an
an
effigy of
effigy
you.
of you.
Okay, so first and foremost, gender, build. I wanna be big. I wanna be buff. Face. This is Skip Flipply. Let's see. Yeah, give me a go on. We're getting there. We're getting there. See, Flip Skipley is a very powerful entity. Exists beyond our mortal comprehension. And as such takes on an appearance that might seem ghastly to people that are less attuned with the divine. I think that's good. We need a sick tattoo. Oh, a dragon tattoo. Perfect. That's just perfect like that. Eyebrow color. Pink. Eye color. Oh no. Pink. Hair. You know what? We're a no nonsense kind of person. Pink. I think we're set. So now we work on our class, which I want to be honest, everyone. I always play as the explorer, but if you want me to play as someone else, let me know. We have the warrior, the knight, the swordsman, the bandit. Oh, I love that armor. The cleric. I think they completely destroyed the overpowered miracles that were in the original Dark Souls 2. Sorcerer, explorer, or deprived. Deprived's tough in this one. It's hard to get good weapons other than the fire longsword early on, and even then you have to get through quite a bit to get to it. But I like explorer because it's got, you can pick any damage stats you want, really. You can build into any weapon you want, and you start with adaptability, so you don't have to worry about that as much. Drink some water. Explorer does have the best hat. I like that it has a monocle. So let's just do Explorer. The gift. Petrified something. This is my true self.
All people come here for the same reason. To break the curse.
Break the
You're no different, I should think. Doesn't stand a chance.
I still think Dark Souls
You
3
never
is
know.
the prettier game. It has like the higher graphic fidelity and more like otherworldly and beautiful settings, but
And trot along
this
to
game,
the
I think everything has more character,
But remember,
personally.
hold
I mean,
on
there's a
to
lot
your
of character in Dark
souls.
Souls 3, it's just, I don't know.
They're all that keep you from going hollow.
God, it's...
Oh, wow.
I hate these games because like there's a bajillion other amazing games. I'm talking over you ladies. I don't care anymore.
Over and over.
You could talk about these games forever, and there's a million other like equally as good or better games that we should be talking about, but let's just talk about these ones instead. Because at least they're not Call of Duty. But these are good games and they are worth oh my god, I'm gorgeous. They are worth talking about.
Fair traveler, why out this lot?
Something strange. When I first got this game, I pre-ordered it, and I think all the items were in this chest, but I just think that you have to find them elsewhere in this version of the game. That's loud. But that's okay, because I never used them when I pre-ordered. You get like 6 weapons and 2 shields, and none of them are really overpowered, but they're like, they have a lot of damage and low durability or some trade-off like that, they can be kind of game-changing early on. I start with so much shit. Awesome. But that doesn't matter, because we're not even gonna see those weapons probably. I played a little bit of this the other day. This is cool too, because Everybody's like, wah, Dark Souls doesn't have a tutorial, wah. They put a tutorial in. Like, I mean, there is one in Dark Souls 1. There is a tutorial. It's the Asylum. It has notes everywhere. It explains how the game works, but this one is like expressly a tutorial. It has these things on the floor. It's like designed to be like an early game labyrinth. It's more informational than challenging. Like, I think this area is cool, and even like thematically it's cool. It's like a world between worlds. We left ours behind and now we're traveling to Drang Lake, a world of legend. And then in between is this, which is reminiscent of the areas in Dark Souls 1 that felt like worlds between worlds. What is it, the Ancient Ocean or whatever? I can't remember what it's called. But where you see the everlasting dragon. I'm gonna have to turn this down a little bit just for myself. So sorry if that's not loud enough. Ash Lake, thank you. The Ancient Ocean. It's full of shells. Dagger. Oh, cool. Okay. I don't have enough stats though, do I? Yeah, I don't have any stats. No. So it's just for no reason I'm dual wielding. There's no reason to do it like that, but it looks cool. Me and my letter openers. Haha! Oh, hello. So there's a lot to talk about with this game. A lot of people had a lot of complaints. Some I understand, some I think are just like, deal with it. One of them is, you see, oh.
Yes, you! Give us Silky!
Okay. They want smooth and silky, I guess. Let me just turn up the voice volume. For some reason that seems really low. Here's smooth and silky. A smooth and silky stone, used to slightly restore HP. The shine of the stone is no ordinary polish and can only be achieved over a long period of time. I just add words in. Some of this land are in search of such stones. An unidentified petrified object, pleasant to the touch despite its looks. A rare.
Give us Smooth!
I'm working on it.
Yes, you! Give us Silky!
A rare and peculiar thing, to be certain, but one without a purpose. Okay, well, how about this? And then I got these too. Wait. Hold on. I think I can even give them one of these, maybe? We'll try. That might be in the later games, I'm thinking. I love giving free shit to birds. It's my favorite.
Yeah, yeah. So nice, so smooth. Yeah, Silky Smooth!
They love it. I did, I gave you lots. No, I can't give them rusted coins. Look, I like the cup hanging off the armor. I think that's a really cute touch. Okay, wait, there's a ladder. Ladder! Bleh. How do I use the torch again? Do I have a torch? Oh, I have to light it at that. Okay, whatever. You can light all these with a torch, it doesn't do anything. Uh-oh. If you heard that just now, I apologize. We, where we live, we got fucking stink bugs, and they suck. And I got it. And it's in the trash can. Blech. Okay, more guys. Some of these dudes are like more hollow than others. I don't know what they're trying to say. Okay, is it... Wow, that's a really long jump. D&D alignment is odd. I think people overthink it. I could give a real quick and dirty, easy interpretation of it, but at the end of the day, it's meant to be like guidelines for your character in a game, not like applicable to real life. It's fun. I think the thing that confuses people, and I saw an exchange on Twitter today between some cool people about it, but I think the lawful alignment is what confuses people, and there's lawful just means that they adhere to a set of laws. It doesn't have to be the law of the land. It doesn't have to be like necessarily the same for everyone. It just has to be that they have like their own honor. They will honor, you know, things on a basis of personal code or whatever. I think a lot of people think that it means that they are bound by the law always, and that's not the case. Like, lawful good would be a character that has their own personal code, but is one that's... Excuse you, I didn't press that button. Would be a personal code that's like adheres to a sense of morality or doing good. So if the law of the land were evil and totalitarian or whatever in nature, then they would reject those laws because they're not good. That's the idea. He's petrified. Good is essentially like standing up for people who can't stand up for themselves, and stopping people who are oppressive, basically, in D&D. I don't think it needs much more nuance than that. Gods had to destroy an empire because it was too good. Well, thankfully there's no alignment in Dark Souls. I mean, there kinda is. Maybe there's like covenants and you can sin, but other than that, there isn't.
Have you business with me?
I do now. Look at that cool sword.
Up, you see, by this god-awful statue. Heavens above! Who thought it a good idea to put it there? Oof, I'm in quite the pickle now. See that statue? Gives me the willies. You stare at it for long enough, it starts to look alive.
It is. It's a petrified woman.
Just doesn't seem quite right.
Doesn't he?
There are no craftsmen round these parts. Hey, you don't think a real life
I do.
person was turned to stone, do you?
I do.
See that statue? Ah, hey.
Yeah, I don't like that line of thinking, or like, applying alignment in that way as like an innate quality is bizarre. Like, that doesn't sound right. Oh god. Got him. Ooh, a longsword. I don't think I can equip it yet, but that's good to find. Yeah, I definitely cannot equip it. Oh my god, he has so much HP. Ha, I forgot they took the kick out. They have that like weird backhand. Also, this enemy is like pure nightmare fuel, and somehow this game only had a T rating, but 1 and 3 were both rated M. Like, look at that. Terrifying. Terrifying. This game is rated T. It may have been changed to M. I know that happened to Oblivion. Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion got retroactively rated M. But yeah, this game's T. I think the big thing was I mean, like, look, these are pools of blood. It's just a mechanic in the game. But, they, like, the blood splatter when you hit things is a lot less than in Dark Souls 1. And as we all know, rating your game T increases the audience that it reaches. So, still rated T. Yeah, it's fucked up. Meanwhile, they were working on Bloodborne.
I packed my tools in here, seeing it was vacant. But now,
You know, Warframe was rated T for like 3-4 years maybe before somebody was like, wait, we need to re-rate this. Because, you just slice people in half left and right. Consistent quality of things in people rather than just descriptor of certain behaviors. Do evil if one is good. Well, you can, your alignment changes. That's supposed to be up to the discretion of the DM. Like, if a player has good on their sheet and they're stealing and killing and not asking questions first or anything, you know, then the DM will be like, hey, by the way, change your alignment from good to evil. Like, it's clearly you're not good. But maybe some systems have it so it's innate. Which, yeah, like, that doesn't make sense to me. I don't have any souls. What do I want to level up? Vitality, right? Just all equip load? No. Also, I don't remember any of the soft caps, but we're not going to reach those tonight, so it won't be an issue. People complain that this game doesn't have continuity. What are you talking about? That's the Flaming Tower of Hyde right over there. It's just not connected to this in any way. I like that though. I like that this world is like all
that distinct scent, the smell of
connected but not.
Fate. This is Majula.
That's
It is a kind
Castle,
of settlement.
Dranglake Castle
A
way over
place
there.
where life is
Or it's Aldia's Keep, I'm not sure.
normal. And in Dranglake these days,
I don't think it's intentional though. I think this game just didn't do as good of a job trying to show that the world was interconnected
do we be? I'm told anything. What we do you see to be a we? And that.
Sorry, I'm not listening to you at all, dude.
And
Blah, blah, blah. Let me in the covenant. Yes.
that is a wise decision.
Hello, Pliskin McGreedy.
People are weak, but the blue sentinels watch over us.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. I think a lot of what this game does is reused thematically in 3. And I think was to an extent present in 1, just less obvious. But in 1 they didn't make the game to be excessively difficult as like some sort of punishment thing. In 2 they ran with that because that's what sold in 1. Like, see here. Oh, so many people have died. Ah, it's so tough. There's a man who's sitting next to the death counter and he's so sad. And he says, if you need help, we'll join this covenant because it's so sick. You're gonna die a lot. But like, I don't know. I think the death of the world and throwing yourself against insurmountable odds. It's kind of the theme of all the games. I don't know. I forgot where I was going. Just started rambling. Yes! I did it! First death! Oh, I missed. By doing evil, issue of contamination. Couldn't one literally turn evil by being around evil people? No, it's because it's your action. I mean, now we're getting into like, were people evil because they did evil things for their government or whatever. That's a whole other thing. But in my book it's just personal action because it's set in a fantasy world where you are in direct control of your fate. Oh, I look so sad now. Oh, come on. I almost lost 590 souls. Alright, this is the one. Ah! Just gonna jump off on purpose again. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, the way that this world is all connected but disjointed. Being like essentially the entire point of the end of Dark Souls 3 and then the second DLC of Dark Souls 3, like, and the way that everything is but you're good and hang around evil people without trying to kill them and you're turning them good. You in fact are doing evil. Yeah, well in that case you're complicit in it. I mean, like, would you willingly hang out with a bunch of bank robbers because the pay is good? I think it's fair to say you're no longer a good person if you do that. You can't wash your hands of it and be like, look, I realize now that being a bank robber and stealing people's money, you know, was probably not the best thing to do, but I'm still of good alignment. Like that, I don't know, that to me kind of makes sense. But evil by proximity doesn't make sense. If your party is just like, I could see being a noble paladin who's hanging out with like a necromancer, a rogue, and a barbarian who are just pure evil, but the whole time they're like, no buddy, trust us, we're doing this for a good reason. Like, you know, like totally just constantly tricking their party member. Like, I could see that being a fun group dynamic, and not saying like that character could still be good because what they think they're doing is right, you know, they've been convinced it's right. Like, it's not like some universal force is going to say that makes them evil now, like for the sake of rules or something. I don't know. Anyway, here's a treasure chest. basically, once again, all of the fun of Dungeons and Dragons comes down to a dungeon master with good interpretations and a party that doesn't push them too far. It's the Forest of Fallen Giants. Hello. Just gonna go get this item real quick. Bone. Excuse you, buddy. Yeah, if I wrote a tabletop rulebook, it would be like 1/3 the size of Dungeons and Dragons. I'll tell you that. They're so complicated. Unneeded complications. Metaphysical law, which is the core of the problem. I don't think it's always metaphysical law. I think, like, again, I've said, if something is innately good as like a metaphysical property, I don't think that's how it works in D&D. Like, it's, you could be a good sorcerer who enchants an item to be blessed and good, but that's like, that you needed that good sorcerer to do that or whatever. I don't know. I'm not an expert. We want to talk D&D problems. Let's talk race. That's an issue. Yeah, a DM can do whatever they want to.
Bearer of the curse, seek the king, lest the...
Okay, what am I leveling up? Which is better, strength or dex? I don't remember. I think strength weapons are really good in this one, but I don't remember. This game had good strength weapons. Yeah, that sounds about right. Although I do need to raise both of them for a while anyways, because I'm not going to be able to use, like, to get that longsword I need 9 dex. So, that's my goal. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, I need more. I need more souls. Excuse me. You get your dingy equipment from the start of the game. Yay. Forget the forest for a minute. I'm gonna check these buildings out. I like Majula. I think Majula is cool.
I could read.
This guy is a jerk. That's why I'm skipping his dialogue.
But
if you spend too many souls in his shop, it unlocks more weapons, but then he turns into an asshole. Interspecies reproduction in media makes approximately 0 sense. Like, half elves and half orcs. The music's really nice here. You know what? Dark Souls 3 is sorely missing more somber music. It all turns into like epic, like boss battle music or something. There's no like this mood. And then in Dark Souls 1, you know, Firelink Shrine is just sad being there. Hello, kitty.
Undead, are we? And one without much time remaining.
What's that supposed to mean?
Just about ready to fall apart, I'd say.
Oh, you.
Well, suit yourself. Oh, yes. You may call me Shalqua.
Yeah.
Enchantée. So, What did you want anyway?
A gun. Do you have a gun? No. I want this eventually. And then maybe this. No, I don't want to do that.
They must have, for heaven, imagine. Yes.
Very
you.
good cat.
Nothing suited you, I presume. Well, that's
There are some horrible little pig monsters over there. We're gonna leave them alone. What did I get out of the well? Estus shard. And I don't need a blacksmith for it in this game. Yeah!
Bearer. Less.
It wasn't very good about a lot of things, but something I thought was cool about Mass Effect was the way that like Quarians couldn't date outside their race because their weak immune systems meant they needed to be in their life support systems at all time, and like if a human and a what were they, Turian, were to go on a date, they'd have to like, you know, they have different biology, so they need different foods, otherwise they'll just get sick. So like, I don't know, it's kind of interesting they put a little bit of thought into it, but usually it just doesn't make any sense. When will science fiction be free of horny nerds and their desire to lay green space ladies? Only then can we be free. I want to date a cloud of consciousness. Just like a spacefaring cloud. Spock is half Romulan? What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Wait, I'm gonna take a guess. Knowing nothing about Star Trek, but are there a race of people called like Romulan? Remulan? Like the Remus equivalent? Romulus and Remus? They were raised by a wolf. Totally. Where am I going? This is the wrong way, but let's just go anyways. Yeah, it really is Tigrex. It really is. Remus was a planet that the Romulans inhabited. Okay, yeah. Isn't that funny? How there were... Maybe they'd have their own names for themselves, so we just named them that. Half Vulcan. Oh, okay. Still, how does that work? It's highly illogical. Ha 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 ha, I did it. Hyde's Tower of Flame. So, we went through like a short little mountain pass and a sewer, and we ended up way the fuck over here. We can't even see Majula? Is that Majula? Over yonder? I think so. I think that's supposed to be Majula, but I don't know. That's the fort. Oh, is it? I'm gonna fall off. I'm trying to see. We'll see from further over. Just gonna give this dude a little swoop on past, and we're good. Please don't kill me. Bye bye. Can we see from here? Is that? Oh, there's Majula. Okay, yeah. So that's Majula. So is that the Fallen Giants? The fort above the Forest of Fallen Giants? Wow, it's cool. See, this game has a lot of really cool vistas like this that don't feel like they're set up like an amusement park ride, the way they do in Dark Souls 3. Anyways, we're getting the fuck out of here because it's way too hard. Actually, let's grab a couple items real quick. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Ow. Isn't there like a really good item around here somewhere? See, I have like 300 hours in Dark Souls 2 and like 30, 40 hours in Scholars of the First Sin. So this game, sticking with the theme, is like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just be absolutely wild and out of control. Oh, that didn't work. Come on. Oh, ow. Okay, we're in trouble now. Yes! We did it! We won. That was what I meant to do. Totally. What was I saying before I made that huge mistake with my life? I don't know. I can't remember. It's gone. It's just gone. And now I think I'm gonna sneeze. Oh! Scholars. Yeah, same though, Tigrex. And you're welcome to do it. Because I love it. I love overthinking stuff. This game is like a weird nightmare. Everything is dreamlike because, like I said, I'm used to playing the original version, and then Scholars, everything is slightly different. It's like different from when I remembered it, which is like the theme of the game is your mind is decaying. It's freaky. It's freaky. Yeah, it would have been really cool if Remastered did something like Scholars, but they didn't. They didn't do shit with Remastered. They just changed the netcode a little bit. This guy's gonna jump down. He thinks he's so cool. He thinks he's so funky fresh. So, another reason I love this game in particular is because of another game. Have any of y'all ever played Castlevania, Lords of Shadow? That game sucks, but I really liked it at one point in time because it was full of really cool, like, places to explore and stuff in between really boring, repetitive, derivative gameplay. You would get these really cool vistas and like fantasy places in a world that felt like it was just done for, like no hope. Everything was real bad in Lords of Shadow, and it was just a really neat aesthetic. And like, you didn't get it again until this game. Like, you kind of get it in Dark Souls 1, but that game always feels like you're in somewhere other than like a fantasy world, like a fantasy afterlife or something. Like, it's so bizarre. I swear to God, I think the first Dark Souls is supposed to take place on top of a giant tree. This game just feels like you're in an old, dying world. See, like, you got stuff like that. It doesn't look very good, but it shows you that there is mundane crap in the world, like a forest, that you can't get to. God, that does not look very good. Or like those mountains in the distance. In the original Dark Souls, there's just sky everywhere as far as you can see, except in the Undead Asylum. So this game reminds me a lot of Lords of Shadow without being a boring, repetitive, derivative, uninteresting game. Need more dark, low fantasy, decaying world settings. I like it. See, like, that looks cool, and then you look, that doesn't look cool. Cool? Not so cool. Don't make any internal sense. Yeah, I agree. It is fun. Like, it's a breath of fresh air and relief to not have to worry about, well, how the fuck does all of this make sense? When the answer is it just doesn't. Wish more things would roll with that. Or like, what I always see is whenever something is supposed to be like world bending, like they make that the sole focus. Like, wow, look how everything is bizarre and doesn't make sense. Ooh, isn't that cool? Like, not when you draw that much attention to it. Like things in like this is the only time anyone's gonna remember this or bring this up in 2018, but the DMC, Devil May Cry reboot game, had a bunch of segments where like reality falls apart and you're like, it's supposed to be like, wow, real cool, reality warping, and it's just like, no, this is just fucking Suicide Squad shit. Sorry if anyone likes DMC. I know there's a lot of people that thought that it was an okay game, but it was not up my cup of tea or my alley. I don't know. Sorry, I like this chest pain and it's like very distracting. That's all I can focus on while trying to talk and play a game. So take a second. Inception is too internally consistent. When I hear dream, I think incoherence. Yes, I agree. It's like your brain, your imagination just has the tap's been left on and it's just pouring everything out. That's what dreams are to me. And trying to make sense of them is no good. Or at least doesn't properly replicate the experience of being in a bizarre dream. This game feels dreamlike. I think all the Dark Souls games feel dreamlike. 3 not as much. Probably Bloodborne the most though, because it is a dream. Maybe that game just doesn't feel dreamlike, it's just they tell you that it's a dream constantly. Am I sick? I might be, I don't know. We had guests over the weekend, and my allergies have been really bad. It's like my voice is kind of scratchy and a little congested, so. And just kind of droning instead of having a more excited sound. Ow! Do I have an Estus Flask yet? Did I just never equip it? Hello. Come over here, come on. Me? Easy. Didn't even break a sweat. All the dream sequences in Inception should get replaced with segments from LSD Dream Simulator. Oh god, oh god, oh ow. Ooh. Ow. So I think this game, they like nerfed poise. It was the first step. People were upset, and then the third game came out and poise was like Poise Gate 2016 From Software frauds. Report to your local news anchor the crimes and injustices of Poise. Dark Souls 3. I don't know what I'm saying. Glad I have all these life gems. Fraud software. Witching urn. Who witches the witchman? I do. It's a bonfire. Hello.
Something, anything. Oh, come now, help an old woman and buy something.
Sounds fine. Sounds nice and friendly. I don't want this. I don't want any of this. I want this. And I want this and this, but I can't afford them.
My name is Melentia.
Melentia. I got dementia.
Or we get dragged.
Wah, 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 wah. The giants invaded Drang Lake. The giants. It's high time I pick up and move on. So the thing that was cool about this game, IMO, not the thing, but a thing, is the giants. I thought that they were really neat, like plot point, if this game has a plot. What's his name? Stole something from them. Vendrick, the king. He crossed the sea and he stole. Oh, you fucker! They're all gone. They all disappeared. He stole something from the giants, and then they came across the sea and were like, "Fuck that! We want it back." Also, isn't it cool that the game's actually dark now? The original wasn't. I'll tell you that much. DirectX 9 wasn't. Excuse me. Fucking the giants were neat. The invaders. Like, this world was already pretty crap. And then you start running into giants later on and they're real tough. Real tough. You can see why they had a hard time fighting. And then you get those cool flashbacks. Uh-oh. Broken. Didn't I rest? Did I not rest at the I didn't rest at the bonfire. Why would you go over there? Well, whatever. Who needs this dagger anyways? The sequence where you go into the giant memories and you fight alongside people that were still alive before the fall of Drangleic against the invading giants.
Bearer of the seek
It's
soul,
cool.
seek the
It's like a moment where the world felt lived in. Wouldn't that have been nice in 3? You know? Something that made it feel like it was at one point in time alive.
bearer of less.
Do I have souls? I do.
Bearer of seek lest.
This means I can two-hand this sword at least. Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, it's a pretty freaky movie. Dreams, I tell ya. God, durability on everything is so low. Ooh. I start with this? Increases magic defense. I'm pretty sure that this covenant just doesn't work at all. Perfect. Where is that actually made? Oh, maybe these blacksmith guys, and a lot of it is usually supposed to be like ancient or like was worn by people that were wandering as the world went hollow, or like who appeared from the past or something. Don't I have the key? Why didn't I? Where's the key? Oh, I just have to open the door myself, don't I? Hey. If you think about Dark Souls games, each of them as like, from the start of this game, there was that big black whirlpool and everything was kind of just falling down into it. That's what all the games are. It's like some multitude of worlds all converging on one point where everything is dying and needs to get rebooted. I guess. Maybe that's an explanation. A serviceable explanation. Cardinal Tower. Well, that guy's got something cool. Want that. Poison Stone. It's a stone full of poison. The Poison Stone. I hate that. You have to pick it up from them in this game. Normally it just gives you whatever they drop in the previous game, and in Bloodborne, and in 3. Actually, I think in Bloodborne you have to pick them up as well, which I didn't like. To be honest, I really don't even remember upgrading items that much in Bloodborne. I just remember I almost said switching and swapping out the runes or whatever they were. Hey, where is it? Is there another one in here? Hello? Wake up. Let's try that again. Pro strat, you just jump down and scout it out. that was what I was doing. No, I was just dying so I can kill the crystal lizard. Yeah, that's your undead scream. So something that's kind of I thought was cool about this game is the more you die, the more you hollow. My hair's gonna start falling out soon. Thankfully, it's still bright and pink. Am I crazy? Was there just one crystal lizard in here? Or am I not doing the right thing to make him respawn? Whatever. The other thing though, when you die, your health bar decreases every time until you become human again. Oh, get my hat back. And I don't think it's the worst system. A lot of people were really upset by the health bar depletion. I think it just means that you have to, like, you have to eventually do the co-op or something, get summoned and help someone else fight a boss, which I would encourage everybody to do anyways. Literally every game ever made is about capitalism. Yes. Or it can be. Almost just walked off and died. Oh, piss. This is fine. Ow. How rude, just shot me. Didn't even get a chance to say hello first. This way. There's no one there. Swinging at ghosts. But who was Rock? Why did he drop the rock? This game has the deepest lore. Amber herb.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just daydreaming, I think.
Uh-huh.
My name is Kale. I'm
Kale?
a traveler, like yourself.
I like his armor. So.
Why cartography, you ask? Well, that's a good question. When I first came into this forsaken land, it was a curse?
Something about a curse.
How embarrassing.
Media is way too much about melee fighting.
But I do know
definitely about swords.
I've always been very fond of maps.
I don't think that they were as popular as everybody thinks they are. But they were more like showy
I believe now.
Symbols of status.
Wait, then what? Were you looking for that wonderful ship here?
A key! A key!
Incredible.
To Luigi's mansion. this really quick. Otherwise that's going to bother me. And I mean, even then, I feel like most common soldiers in eras where warfare necessitated like one-on-one, or not one-on-one, but combat in melee, like they'd have spears or shields or something like that. Not swords. A sword just doesn't seem that practical. I think swords just showed up in modern literature and fantasy media and stuff. Remnants of like eras where swords were seen as signs of nobility or something, I'm sure. Yeah, probably Tolkien's fault. It's all Tolkien's fault. Oh, adaptability. We're fine. Ooh, ooh. Got him. Oh, I didn't go get the fire longsword. Do I have any fire bombs? I don't have any fire bombs. No! Means I'm stuck at the mercy of this NPC. Come on, do it right. He's never gonna hit it. Get in there. Come on. Nope. Oh my god. He needs to hit these barrels and they'll explode. Yeah, there we go. Got it. Metal armor swords became kind of useless. Yeah, I'm sure. Also, hello, Scratchly. I need somebody to do, like... I mean, I'm sure it's out there, but I need somebody to... specifically for me to make the history of swords and practicality or something. History and practicality of swords. Because... I'm an 11-year-old and I think about swords a lot. Level up, level up, level up, level up. Level up. Leningrass. I will say Andre is better than Leningrass any day. But that's just like, of course, it's not fair. So, am I just gonna use this for now? Forgot about reinforcing armor. Ay, ay, ay. Longsword. I'll just hold off on that.
Don't waste my time.
Bearer of seek the lest this.
Oh, this way. Yeah, in Japan they couldn't really make plate mail. It's a big book. It's a big book. These are all big books, but then you just have the biggest book. absolute unit. Listen to those hell pigs snuffling away down there. Don't be fooled. Those are the worst monsters in the game. And we're about to fight the second worst monster. I hope y'all are ready. It's a map. So this is supposed to be the world of Drang Lake. Where's the area that's elevated way above the one but still has lava mountains and giant pools of lava? Where's that on this map? The answer is who cares, because it's cool. And also that Lords of Shadow game was basically the same thing. Like, it was supposed to be like, oh, this is all in one world, but then you just go from like radically different location to radically different location just by walking. Doesn't make any sense. At least this game has the excuse that it's supposed to be, you know, fragmented. Speaking of fragments, it's the Lord Vessel. Oh, and that skeleton was the second worst enemy in the game, by the way. Dangerous skeletons. The Soul Vessel. It's just an item. You just use them to respec your stats. Nothing special. But it is cool that you could do that in this game. Couldn't do it in the first one. And actually, I don't think you can do it in Bloodborne or Dark Souls 3, can you? Yes, press F for the Lord Vessel. But I don't remember if there's a respec item in those games. Maybe in 3. Stats like barely matter in Bloodborne. You just keep leveling everything up. I can wield this weapon one-handed now. Right? Or is it 12? Nope, we're good. I like the way this one looks. Small leather eyeball. Okay, it's time. Let me drink some water. It's time to try our hand at a boss fight really early. Oh, I didn't use the Estus shard. Crap. No, it's okay. If I get hit once, I'm dead. Ooga snooga. Ooh, that was close. Do this all day. Oh, my ass. My tuchus. Oh, Fatoof. He's coming. Oh, he's here. So this is a boss. Ow. I was in the middle of your introduction, my dude. Oh my god. This might take a while. Yeah. Just trying to break down a big slab of metal with a much smaller piece of metal. That's what this fight is. That was way too close. Ooh, I staggered him. Also, I just noticed that guy in the corner. I should also mention, I only get one shot at this for now. And if I jump down, he goes away. I gotta go to like half health. Hello, Bat Plastic. Sorry for that horrible but genuine noise I just made, everyone. Well, I did do like half their health. That's not bad. I mean, it is bad. It's not good. I died and I did beat them. Which means I gotta fight them later in a more harrowing arena, but at least there will be ballistae. I'll be able to shoot him with a big thing, so that'll be okay, right? That'll be fine. Excuse me. Yeah, he's not here anymore. He's gone. Instead, we just have these guys. Ow. Ow, 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 ow! Please, no, please, no! Dang. Dang. This is fine. It's not gonna go up there. How about that? Oh, come on. How could you be so cruel? green Blossom. No, Blossom's red. The green one is Buttercup. Duh. Fake gamer. Stop it. Just trying to drink some Sunny D. Aw, thank you, Devilfish. I disagree, but thank you. Lunker punks. How about some more banker panks later, by the way? Maybe, I can maybe do that. I'm feeling real low-key right now, though. And that game's pretty, high energy. Fair, that's locked now. But I can stream it again at some other time, for sure. He's so happy now. He's like, nom nom, thank you for the snack. We get treasure chests in this oddly shaped room. Who shapes a room like this? Titanite slab? Really? Did it really give me a Titanite slab? Oh my god. Dang. Yeah, Bunker Punks is a really cool game. I like that game a lot. I think I unlocked a new character in it. And she calls herself KK. It doesn't open from this side. Well, there's no way to get in. No, that was the wrong one. What did I switch that? There's no way to get in the door. Or is there? I said, or is there? Knock knock, motherfucker. Oh man, did King Vendrick put you guys on dark room duty again? I hate when he puts people on dark room guard duty where they gotta sit in the dark room with no lights that locks from one side. Dang. Rooms like that remind me of all the other weird places in this game. And there are a lot of them. Did someone just drop down? What the heck? Anyways, here's Pate. He's wearing armor from Dark Souls 1.
Well, I hope you have a very hogwash.
Patch's armor.
My name is I Journey. Be careful.
So what could possibly go wrong? Give me the soapstone.
I'll leave this.
Oh no, I gotta go through here first. You close it on me? Yo. You closed it on me. Ooh. Just out of range. What is going on up there? Oh no, wait, that's them attacking. Never mind. We'll see that. We'll see what that racket was all about. God, it's nice having all these stones, life stones. Hey, guess what? Wait, guess what? It's a secret. So instead of illusory walls, this game has secret doors that you just walk up to and press A and they open up instead of swinging into walls. My guess is that has to do with swinging into walls damaging your durability, which would be really unfortunate if you were just constantly breaking your weapons and searching for illusory walls.
Well, I see you managed to escape. I hope that brave warrior didn't come a cropper either. Be careful out there. There's talk of unsavory bandits who prey upon travelers.
You don't say.
Oh. But you should take this.
Mr. Unsavory Bandit.
With luck. Well, I hope that. Be careful.
Well, why? Back to the dark room? Yeah, I think that wouldn't be too bad. Excuse me. Except one of the dudes in the guard rotation for dark room that locks from inside is like an avid Alex Jones listener. So you're just stuck with that guy for all eternity. It's a giant. It's also one of the few, very, very few pieces of imagery from Dark Souls 2 that survived to Dark Souls 3. Mostly because these dead giants will sometimes have items on them. Items called Seed of a Tree of Giants, I think, and they're multiplayer items, and they were really fun in this game, so they ported them to 2. Or they brought them, or 3. They brought them over to 3. But not this one. This one doesn't grow one. It's elsewhere in the forest. But yeah, when the giants die, they turn into trees. And trees are like what the world is on or something. And in Dark Souls 3, when everything dies, they turn into trees. What does it all mean? What is it? Somebody please explain it to me. Please. Oh, hold on. I like the slap. No, stay away. Ow, stay away. You. Hey, you wanna help? You just gonna sit there? Fucking hell. Alex Jones should become a wrestler. Isn't that kind of like the reverse? Like I thought wrestlers normally have a wrestling career, then become brain damaged conspiracy nuts. Like that'd be doing it backwards. Okay, who wants to bet money that I'm gonna fail this really simple jump? Here goes. Oh, spectacularly. Oh, I landed in the wagon. Yeah, I'd probably watch that. Sorry about the yawn. Ow, please stop this at once. Oh, I saw that coming. Alex Jones should wrestle with the guy that threw hot coffee at him. Don't mind me. They're back at it again. He's dead, you guys. Just let him sleep. Is he gonna follow me? Follow me. Follow me. Come on. Follow me. Nah, he's a little baby. He's gonna go back to bed. Yeah, that sounds like something Alex Jones would do, but like on his fuck piss on his news show. I'm a red-blooded American. I'm coming for you. Anything going back to bed is a goal. Yeah. All right. When you put it like that. Automatically become a fan of whoever opposes your subject of hate. Yeah, I think that is definitely not a healthy way to formulate your opinions, but sometimes it is fun. Enjoying the lesser of two evils. He's got an S stock. Would you look at that? I think the S stock is actually pretty good in this one. I know it's good in 3? Actually, I can't remember which one the S stock is really good in. Anyways. Starting to get hungry. And not just for souls. Oh, look at all my friends. I'm so excited they came to my birthday party. Oh, they're all here. They're all here for me for my birthday party. I'm so excited. Ah. Ah. No, give me. Oh, there's more. I didn't even invite that guy. Ow. It's the special guest. Look, the clown's here. Oh my god. I'm so dead. Yeah. Can I get at least one of them? Rip. Oh, hey, Gefferon. Welcome to die. There should be friendly fire. There is not. No, the enemies can't hurt each other. I mean, maybe some of them can, but for the most part, they do not. Do the... There we go. Thought every beat Dark Souls like Friendly Fire. There's maybe like a way to get them to attack each other, but I don't think that they do in fighting in this game. Alright. You know what? I could probably just get them to fall off this sword somehow. Oh my god. Chill out, y'all. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck here, aren't I? This is the end. This is the end. And one of them fell off. I did it. Maybe I should stop just running in. Like that thing that they always say in Dark Souls, don't just run in. That's how the first game starts. And the furtive pygmy said, don't just run in. That's the intro from the first game. Guys, what is the furtive pygmy? Does anyone know? Does anyone really know? The secret miss. What? I didn't even press that button. God damn it. Oh my god, come on. Okay, well, why is my that? I keep trying to do that and it's not working. Well, let's just go heal because we wasted everything. One of the most interesting avenues for mastering RPGs actually is to learn when to use one-shot consumables. Yeah, I think it's important to know when to use them. I also think that you should just use them. Just use them anyways. No point saving things in games, because then you just never use them. I like to think of using, in most RPGs I play, like use items a lot early on. Use them when they're your like most valuable asset, because later on you'll probably be so strong that you won't need them anyways. Especially in like Dark Souls and stuff. Like I won't be using Molotov cocktails as a high level character, but as a low level character they'll help. Thank you. But then again, I mean, if you do like saving all your items, I think that's a valid way to play too. I don't know. IMO. Use what you have. Especially in this game with life gems and stuff, just always burn through your life gems. You can get more. It's not hard to get more life gems. Oh, ow. The Estus flask isn't even that good until you get your agility up a little, so you can use it before you get hit. I missed. Oh my god, how could you do that? Oh my god, how could I do that? Foolish mistake. If I'm playing like an SMT game, like Shin Megami Tensei, I will save like full heal items and MP restore items till late in the game. But if it's a critical moment in a fight where using a bead or a chakra drop will change the flow of battle, then yes, I will totally use one. And that's like my go-to point of reference for turn-based RPGs nowadays. That having been said, in Dark Souls, I'll usually just heal through like poison or something instead of using a poison item, unless it's toxic. It's best to cheese bosses and harder enemies as hard as possible from a distance and with little skill or effort. That's how I played Dark Souls 1 the first time. Like, I would, for boss fights, I would just throw fireballs at them for as long as I could and then go in and melee fight and, like, shoot enemies with poison arrows as often as possible. Grind to get as many Titanite shards as early on as possible. Stuff like that. And now I just kind of, like, run at things until one of us dies. The pharmacist in Bravely Default? Yeah, that was fun. I've been playing, I usually have a game I'm playing on my 3DS, and right now it's replaying Final Fantasy Tactics Advance 2. I've been playing it for like 3 months now, because I just play it for like 30 minutes a day. And that game is fucking long. But, shit. It, has a skill in it that lets you inverse the effect of items. So like a healing potion hurts, a silence cure silences enemies, you know, an antidote poisons enemies. I think that stuff's cool. Especially considering all the items are really easy to get in that game, you just buy them. Where am I going? Where am I going? I never cheesed Manus. I always fought Manus legit, but Manus is really fucking hard.
Is that here to see? However,
like, I remember when I played last, I had lots of health and strong armor when I fought Manus, but I just kept getting hit and then like retreating and healing, and even though I was just so strong at that point, it's still a really hard fight. Let's equip load, health, stamina. I feel like I need more stamina, but it barely gives you anything. Well, it gives you poise. What's my agility at? 91. It needs to be like 110 or something, right? Frick. I'll do stamina. Do I have any? Yes, I do. We can get more levels. Don't do anything on their own. Interesting other effects. Like agility? Just slightly speeds up your stuff. Gives you slightly more iframes. Bone of Order. This bone
Bear,
will set
seek the
everything
king,
right.
lest this land swallow you whole.
Combo
As it-
pieces. No, I did that. Just more endurance, I guess. That can't possibly be a bad move. Okay, so I still have to get to the thing. Oh, like topsy-turvy item effects. Yeah, I like stuff like that. That take a mechanic and then like, flip it on its head or like interact with it in an interesting way. That's basically Final Fantasy Tactics in a nutshell. It's full of stuff like that. Like, and Bravely Default too, but I don't like Bravely Default that much. Game frustrates me. But there is a lot of like interplay between class abilities that you can get really creative with. And then some of them that you basically have to do, otherwise you won't be able to finish the game. Which is the part that frustrates me. Screw you guys. I'm leaving. I've never actually played the original Final Fantasy Tactics. I've only played Tactics Advanced, so I think that makes me a big baby, but I'm not sure. Why did Bravely Default frustrate me? It's incredibly grindy, and the story didn't make any sense. And they were way too cavalier about the awful things that kept happening. Like, just people murdering constantly, main characters dying, like, characters getting introduced just so they can get killed off, stuff like that. And then, some really gross side quests, if I'm being totally honest, in Bravely Default. Like, the whole bit with the red mage was, I think, in very poor taste. And then they make you like play through the whole game again, and suddenly you're the bad guy, even though everything that you fought the first time around was so comically evil. Like, it was just, I don't know, very heavy-handed. But around the time I played Bravely Default, I had been playing lots and lots of RPGs, so like what appealed to other people about it did not appeal to me, that it was like a classic style Final Fantasy RPG. I don't know. I never really liked the class-based RPGs, Final Fantasy games either. I like when characters have more defined roles. Or when everyone's role just kind of blends together, like in 7 and 10. What I like about Tactic Advances in there. I've tried to go back and play Tactics, but it just feels really old. I hate being like that, because normally old games don't bother me, but Tactics in particular, I don't know. I'll play it someday though. I know there's a PSP port that's supposed to be pretty good. Okay, so here's the question. You know what, actually? Bravely Default is what I described turned up to 11. Oh no. I'm very picky, I'll be honest. So games can burn me a lot easier than they burn other people. I know a lot of people really, really like Bravely Default. So I don't think it's like a bad game, there's just a lot about it that bugs me. That's a shame though that 2 is just like the worst bits but more. I summoned these, I don't know why I summoned them. This guy is new. Pate's always been here. These are just NPC phantoms though. I hope y'all are ready for red screen vignette. Another thing that people hated for some reason. I thought it was cool. It lets you know that you're fighting a boss. Speaking of, here's the boss. Ow. Look at Shield Man. I'm so proud of him. Luit. You can do it, Sellsword. Luit. Yeah, the voids where their faces are is cool. And I think that that's like, to me, my reading is the giants are like the inhabitants of Lordran, right? Oh shit. But the world was linked in the previous game, or the fire was linked, so a new world was formed, and that one was Drangleic. Maybe there was more between then, or whatever, but to me the giants just represent... Let me just kill this guy real quick. Oh god. The giants are like the denizens from the past worlds, and they've come to collect whatever it is that Vendrick took away. I think it's the Throne of Want, which lets the king change the world in his way, which I guess is just the same power as the kiln of the First Flame, that lets you rebuild the world or whatever. Well, that was the boss, by the way. But that is pretty hardcore. Yeah. So like the giants were, to me, the old like powers or whatever. And I think there's a really big, we'll see them way later on. Hey Endovan. We'll see the giant king later on. To me, looks remarkably like Gwyn and has a big sword, and I think he throws lightning bolts. So it's like kind of a nod to the first game, but also it's not like literally something ripped from the first game. This is the best Souls game. A lot of people do. A lot of people who are here think it's the best Souls game too. I have a hard time picking a favorite because there's things I like about all of them. I think this game is a good middle ground, which is fitting because it's like the middle of all of the games. It's the third Souls style game out of 5. Hello friends. Oh wait, what am I doing? I have all these souls. I'm getting out of here. Yeah, the giants are cool. I like the giants. You see giants again in 3, I think, but I don't know if they look the same. I think they look like the ones from 1. Also, there were giants, straight up, there were giants in Dark Souls 1, like, so it's not totally out there to think that the giants were the same ones, like shadows, hollow versions of the same ones that we saw in Dark Souls 1. But then in 3, they're just like, whatever. It's the same thing. We lifted them straight from that old game. Like they look exactly the same. I was like, why even let people like try and come up with new stuff if you're just gonna throw it out? Go to weapon anyways. Does this game have like a refined thing? Oh. Tied itself to Dark Souls 1 too much. Yeah. It did the thing where it was like, so many cycles have gone on now that like, you can't keep track of it, and the whole system of death and rebirth needs to be put to an end or whatever. But then it's like draws all of its inspiration from the first cycle, Dark Souls 1. It's like, why? I have shit armor. You don't even have armor. What's his name? What's his name? What's his face? And what's his name? Why do I keep doing that? Combining words. Does the lore even matter though? It's like, it's flavor. It adds to it. I don't think it's the most important thing in the world, but it definitely flavors everything.
Well,
makes it more palatable. Isn't the thesis of Dark Souls 2 that the lore kind of doesn't matter? I don't know. I thought it was that it's all a fleeting effort, and the flame always fades. So maybe it is futile, but I don't know. It's that it doesn't matter. I don't know. Yeah, I like that too, Endovan, because Dark Souls 1 was full of unanswered questions with like things to grasp at, and I don't know. 3 has a lot of that, but it also is like the breadcrumbs it gives you are like, by the way, it's because of Dark Souls 1. It's because of the things in Dark Souls 1.
Oh, you again.
As I said at the start of the stream, I could just be talking about a million other games that I think deserve the same amount of love and attention this series gets, but here we are. I can't afford any of that. Should I just buy dual cestus, castus, cestus?
Lovely times these are.
Lonely times these are. Okay, what did I get? Soul of the Last Giant. I think that gives me like an axe. Anyways. I think I'm gonna call it here for now. This is my little intro to Dark Souls 2. It's skip Fliply. What a hero. Wait, there it is. Yeah, look, it's Flip Skipley, that's my name. That's the face of a person who's going to change the world. Anyways, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all later. Bye!